Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel or wherever you're watching this. This is going to be cross-posted onto my YouTube channel, Susan Dawn Spiritual Connections, on Instagram and on Facebook. So welcome. Okay, so big energies coming in here with this full moon eclipse. We have just opened the new eclipse season. There's going to be another eclipse coming in about 2 weeks. So this is that eclipse corridor. This is massive energy leading to massive transformation that we've been channeling, talking about for the past several weeks. And I'm also getting leading up to the solstice. Solstice is going to be powerful energy coming in as well, especially for these sacred partners. Don't miss the little mini reading, the written reading that I had over on my community tab or on my Instagram or Facebook. That talks a little bit more about this eclipse energy and what it's doing for yourself and your own ascension journey and what it's doing for sacred partners. I'm not going to go into that right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zero in on the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and the union energies. This is big energy coming through in this reading and these cards here. So we're going to start with the divine masculine over here, and I'm going to try to, it's kind of a mess right here, but I'm going to try to get as many cards as we can. Okay, so I'm going to try to make it as clear as possible. For the divine masculine, their current energy with this lunar eclipse, this full moon eclipse, is beginnings and acceptance. And we have two messages coming through here. First, it's an energy of wanting new beginnings, accepting where they've been, accepting who they are, where they are, and wanting a new beginning. That's the strongest energy that's coming through here. They want change. It's this energy of craving change, wanting something to be different. I feel like they've been doing a lot of reflection on themselves, and they really want to walk through that door of a new version of themselves and a new life. And it comes from that place of acceptance within. And that place of acceptance within comes from that connection to source energy. And that's what this feels like. It feels like they have really gone through this transformation of accepting and embracing their connection to source energy. I feel like they hadn't always felt connected. And I feel like they hadn't always felt worthy of that connection to source within themselves, God, the universe, whatever it is that you want to call it. They hadn't always felt worthy of that. They hadn't always felt like they were deserving of that. There was a lot of separation energy here. Now, this is not just separation between counterparts, but this is separation with God's source. And if you're experiencing separation with your counterpart, energetically at the very least, it is because you're experiencing separation with God. It's because you're experiencing separation with yourself. And your connection to yourself is your connection to God's source. So that's, if you're feeling energetically, I want to emphasize the energetics, because if you're in physical separation, but you're still feeling connected, which the majority of the collective is, they're still feeling connected to their counterparts, they're feeling connected to themselves, but they might be experiencing some physical separation with their counterpart. We talked about that a lot over on Susan Dawn Ascension Connections and in the previous Sacred Union Energy updates, that is for a divine purpose. It's for the allowing of you to walk your individual paths now. But it's not a separation like you had known in the past. You have union energy within you. You've always been in union, but now you're really opening up to that, embracing that, accepting that, and embodying that union within yourself. Divine Masculine is going through that union energy as well. You've always been feeling that lately. You have been experiencing that union. You don't feel separate from yourself. You don't even feel separate from your counterpart, even if you are physically separated, even if you are not talking, even if there is a lack of communication, even if you haven't seen each other, you still feel that connection. Even if you feel detached, you still feel that connection. That is union energy. So when I'm saying separation, that's the difference. You don't feel that when you feel physically separate currently, it's because you're meant to be walking on your individual paths right now, focusing on yourself, creating your life, creating your future without a heavy focus on your counterpart. Energetic separation is different. That's when you are separating yourself, closing off yourself to God's source. So I want to make that distinction. divine masculines are feeling that union energy. They are feeling that connection to God. They are ending that separation. And that's this new beginning. They're really feeling worthy of connection to God. They're really feeling worthy of connection to themselves. They're really embracing that. And I feel like it's because of the feminine energy within them that has really been rising. And the feminine energy within them is the one that is connected to the higher realms. It is the one who follows her intuition. It is the one who is receiving of higher wisdom. It is the one who is connected to God's source. That's the feminine energy within all of us. The feminine energy is the one who is that high priestess. She is very highly attuned and connected. The masculine energy is the one that grounds that then in the physical world. The masculine energy is the one that then creates action, takes the lead, protects the feminine energy, protects the connection, and honors the feminine within that realm of protection. So I really feel like divine masculine is embracing and accepting and even honoring their own connection to God's source. And as they do that, they're honoring their connection to themselves. Really, when I say connection to themselves, really understanding themselves in a new light, seeing themselves in a new light. This is without the distortions. This is without the corruption, the greed, the power hungriness, the arrogance, the pride, all that distorted energy. There's been a real humility that's coming through here, and I feel like they had experienced a tower moment or several over the course of the past several months that had really brought them to their knees, forcing them to really face themselves, forcing them to really look at themselves. Who am I on a soul level? And how have I been embodying that in my physical life? And is that actually aligned with who I am on a soul level? And the answer for most has been no. And so they really want to change that. They really want this brand new beginning. They really want to step through that portal here. And that's what this feels like. This full moon has been a portal for these divine counterparts, for everybody in the ascension journey, but especially for these divine counterparts to walk through the next phase of their journey. We have been channeling over the past several weeks and even months that there have been a journey's end. And now what's happening is you are moving into the next phase of your life. You're moving into the next phase of ascension, which is all about embodiment and creation from that higher level of ascension. It's the higher heart ascension. So previously you've been doing a lot of healing, a lot of reflecting, a lot of clearing of the soul sludge and the traumas and the pain patterns, bringing those pain patterns to your awareness. And now what's happening is you are really just embracing yourself. Integrating the shadows, acknowledging the shadows, bringing that to your awareness and integrating them, shining your light, allowing yourself to shine so brightly as the soul that you are. And I feel like that's what these divine masculines have been seeing about themselves, having real sudden epiphanies and realizations about themselves. And you see how it's kind of like dark around that doorway? It's kind of dark, a little gloomy. And then through that doorway, it's just bright and luscious and beautiful and abundant. They want this new beginning because they are feeling that energy within themselves now. And what I'm just hearing now is it's the open heart. They have that open heart now, and through that open heart, they are connecting. What I'm actually seeing is a pillar of light connecting from the heart space up to the universe. And that is God's source. That is really connecting to them. They're connecting to themselves. They're connecting to God's source in the universe and really feeling within the open heart now. And they want to move forward into a new direction for themselves, really putting an end to the past. Over here for the divine feminines, we have resistance and we have faith. She has been in an energy of trying to clear any residual pain, any residual trauma, any residual resentment that she has been feeling about this journey. She has been learning about surrender. And that has been her journey as a whole on this sacred union path. Surrender, trusting your intuition, letting things unfold, releasing that control, and releasing that resistance, because she knows that when she's in resistance, things get, you see how that closed fist, things are getting squashed, the trees are getting, broken, the branches are broken. It just kind of has this destructive quality to it. But when she is in the energy of faith, you see how serene she is and how things are just flowing all around her. When she's in that energy of faith, then things just naturally align. Things just naturally come. Things just naturally manifest. Things naturally bloom and flourish. So she has been letting go of, it feels like that, the last tendrils of resistance, the last tendrils of any place where she wasn't feeling secure, anywhere where she wasn't trusting her intuition, anywhere where she wasn't surrendering because she was too caught up in the hows, the whats, the whys, the whens. This really feels like just embracing herself, embracing her sovereignty, and we have that card here as well for the union energies, and that's what I feel is being bridged between the two of you. You really are both stepping into a place of your own self-empowerment, stepping into a place of individuality. Again, that's where you had to kind of create that physical separation. You still feel that union within. You still feel that connection with your counterpart, but you really had to pull the focus back from your partnership, pull the focus back from what your person is doing and what are they healing and how are you healing in comparison to that or complementary to that or because of that. Really focusing on yourself and, okay, what do I want to build? What do I want to create? What kind of life do I want to lead? What are my dreams? Really pulling that focus back to yourself. Your partner is doing the same. That gives you guys that freedom. That gives you both that space to flourish. And then from that place, you converge on your path together. But you had to recognize that individuality. You had to recognize that sovereignty, both of you, within yourself first. You had to recognize the strength within yourself. And previously, that resistance energy, divine feminines had really been overgiving to the masculine, had really been self-sacrificing for the masculine, enabling, maybe even excusing poor behaviors or settling for behaviors or actions or feelings or whatever it was that just did not feel aligned to her truth. But she was settling because it's her masculine. Well, now that she's not doing that anymore, she's releasing that resistance. She is recognizing herself and saying, you know what? I am a sovereign being. I am an empowered being. I have that confidence. I have that faith. I have that knowing that whatever is meant for me is meant for me. And I am in that place of just letting it unfold. I don't have to, and because that's what was happening. It was control. When you are, not allowing somebody to live their own life or not letting somebody go through whatever trials, tribulations, struggles that they need to go through, even if it's coming from a good intention of trying to protect them, of just trying to love them, they have to walk their path as well. And by you letting go of that resistance, by you just being in a place of, feels like Empress energy, being in your own Empress energy, being in a place of surrender, still having that love and compassion for your counterpart, still having that belief in them, still, honoring their path, you enable them to then step through the doorway and honor themselves, which in turn allows them to have that self-love, which enables them then to honor you. All right. My words are a little bit, I'm very tired. This eclipse energy is really hitting me right now. This energy is amazing and I really want to get through this. So we're going to pause here if you are watching on Instagram and head over to YouTube for the full reading. So make sure that you're following me on Susan Dawn Spiritual Connections and we'll continue there. Okay, so to continue with the Divine Masculine, we pulled some more cards here. So what is this eclipse energy bringing in for the Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine, and the Union energies? We have expect powerful change, and that is exactly what is happening for these Divine Masculines. They are creating a massive transformation within themselves because it just feels like their eyes have suddenly widened to themselves. It's almost like what I'm hearing is, I understand myself now. I understand how I was repeating patterns in the past. I understand how everything that I was doing wasn't with the highest intention, or it was sabotaging myself, or it was self-destructive, or it was because of other people's expectations, or I was sacrificing myself, or it was out of duty, but it wasn't from the heart space. It wasn't from my higher self. It wasn't from the best possible version of myself I could be. I was just repeating patterns and repeating patterns and repeating patterns, but I want change. And because they want it, they're going to have it. This feels like alignment. And look, we have the new moon eclipse. It's a full moon right now, but we're in that eclipse corridor. So I feel like, again, into December and leading up to the solstice and even into the new year a little bit, powerful, powerful transformations coming from realizations, even tower moments, but tower moments are breakthroughs. So I don't feel like it's going to be something massive as far as, we've already experienced, a lot of us, our lives kind of flipping upside down in the physical. I don't feel like the tower moment's going to be that. I feel like this is more internal changes as a result of that massive tower moment we experienced in September, October, or the beginning of November. So it doesn't feel like there's something majorly physical that's going to shift or create this change, but it feels like this is the residual effect of that. This is the transformation that is occurring within because of those tower moments. And so it's going to feel like more tower moments, but those tower moments are going to feel like breakthroughs, revelations, new understandings, clarity, and it's going to rock them, but in a good way, because it's going to push them into that new beginning. It's going to push them into that open door. A lot of energy coming through here. And what I'm hearing is, I want this change. So because I want this change, I'm going to move forward towards this change. Because I want this change, I can expect this change. So massive energy for the Divine Masculines. Divine Feminines, you are closing out a massive cycle for yourself. This is the ending, and I'm just feeling this, this sudden freedom, this sigh of relief, this sense of release. You have closed out a major karmic cycle. You have closed out a major phase of your journey, and now you're walking into this new version of yourself and your life, just with this energy of excitement, anticipation, and abundance. This energy of joy, this energy of just a heart full of love. Doesn't mean that there won't be challenges. Doesn't mean that you won't still go through some healing and purging. That is the journey after all. That is evolution and expansion. That is ascension. But you closed out a major cycle where it was purge after purge after purge and tower moment after tower moment after tower moment. Now you are stepping into the energy of embodiment and just getting ready to just live your life in a new energy of confidence. I'm hearing your head held high, where you are just allowing yourself to shine. And by allowing yourself to shine, you are in your feminine energy of just going with the flow. Again, that faith card just feels like Empress energy and allowing yourself to surrender. It's a really beautiful energy. With the union energy, nothing is written in stone yet. This is the energy of allowing it to unfold. This is still unfolding. You are still writing this. Your energy, your very energy, both of you are still writing your story. This journey is non-linear. Energetically, I was just talking to a friend who just said this. Energetically, it might be linear, but physically, it looks crazy. Energetically, it makes sense. When you reflect, when you look back, it makes sense. Oh, I had to go through A, B, and C to get to D, E, and F. But when you look at the physical world, it looks like you're jumping from A to P to Q to R to L. It feels like you're all over the place. But energetically, it makes sense. You are writing your story with every single moment. And when you surrender, you are in the energy of creation because you create, manifest from the present moment. That is your point of power. And I feel like you are really embodying this, embracing this. And that is how you are stepping into the new cycle. That's how you're ending the old. And it has been a very difficult journey for you, Divine Feminines. That's how you're ending the old, and that's how you're stepping into the new with this new feeling of, I'm in a brand new energy. I'm a brand new version of myself. I'm a brand new person, and I'm going to create a brand new life. And it's just an energy of flow. It's an energy of excitement. It's an energy of what comes, comes. I am having faith. I am trusting. I am letting God guide me now. Nothing is written in stone, but I know that I am the one holding the pen. Okay, then, where did we go next? We went to some tarot. And I want to clarify the current energies for the Divine Masculines with this full moon eclipse here in Taurus. So we have the Ten of Swords and we have Temperance that came out together. And that Ten of Swords is clarifying or confirming the ending of a cycle. And look at how you're mirroring each other. You're both ending a cycle together. Because remember, you're both one energy. You're both one soul. And it's very easy to misconstrue the idea of sacred partners or twin flames based on old, outdated concepts of what a twin flame is. But you truly are. You're not just mirrors and reflections to each other. You are one soul. And so the more you are allowing yourself to open up your heart and heal, the more your person is doing that as well, because they are your mirror, because they are reflecting that to you. And if you are in an energy of pain, your person will mirror back that energy of pain. If you are, and if you're repeating those pain patterns, that's what will be mirrored back to you, because you are meant to heal. And if you are in an energy of love and healing, then your person will reflect that back to you as well. And I feel like that's what's happening here. Your person has been going through that transformation just as you have. And they have been closing out a cycle just as you have. And they are healing just as you have. This Temperance energy is beautiful. It's this energy of oneness. It's this energy of unity with the two cups there pouring into each other. That is the twin flame or sacred partner energy. Release the label. Release what you think it needs to be. It is the energy of ascension. It is the energy of evolution. It is the energy of unity consciousness in this beautiful, pure, divine love that you do share and have with each other. The journey has been difficult because you have been clearing all of the pain patterns with each other. But what you're left with is that love. And so you are allowing yourselves to nurture that first, again, with your connection with yourself, but then, and your connection to God, but then your connection to each other. That is the Trinity energy that we have been channeling for almost 4 years now. And I feel like with this acceptance energy, that is your person. You see how it's kind of like the same energy here with the two cups and the energy flowing between those two hands. This feels like sacred partnership. I water you and you water me, and together we are one. Together we are stronger in the energy of love. So this is a really healing energy. It's a unifying energy. And I feel like that's what this is. This Ten of Swords feels like the end of the betrayal, the self-betrayal, the self-deception, the self-sabotage. Anywhere where they were repeating old traumas and pain patterns, where they were in a self-destructive mode. They are ending that pain, and they are moving in, and that separation, and they are moving into the energy of oneness and unity. Okay, so over here for the Divine Feminines, this is kind of confirming what we had channeled today for, well, in the previous mini reading, and as well as today in the written update that I had done. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Wands. I feel like this is, again, confirmation that the Divine Feminine really has been planting the seeds for a new cycle, and therefore she is creating that new cycle. And this feels like abundance. This actually feels like Nine of Pentacles energy. This feels so abundant, like your physical manifestations really are coming in. And you might be seeing that more and more trickle in over the course of the next few weeks and months. You'll really start to see that because your energy is shifting, your physical life is shifting, and as you have begun that process, it's been a difficult transition, but as you've begun that process, you're now aligning to more abundance, more joy, because you are aligned to that within yourself. So this really feels like manifesting the new, charging forward in life, and especially with a newfound clarity. Remember I said that for the Divine Masculines as well? It's like they can finally see. I feel like you have that as well, Divine Feminines. I feel like, did I say feminines or masculines before? Anyway, the Divine Masculines had that as well. Divine Feminines, I feel like that's for you as well. I feel like it's almost like your eyes had been kind of cloudy and you couldn't quite see. It was almost like there was a fog, and it was really hard to see through the fog. But I feel like that's been clearing over the course of this transformation for you, this recent transformation, where you are now really able to see so much more clearly yourself, your connection, where you're heading, even if you don't know where you're heading physically, you can feel it. You can feel like there's an open doorway of abundance and joy and happiness, and that you are creating and manifesting a new life for yourself that is in that higher realm, that is in that higher state of consciousness, that is aligned to that abundance, and abundance being an energy. So it could be finances, it could be relationship, it could be home life, it could be all of it. So you have this newfound sense of clarity for yourself, and you're really just looking forward here. You are on your path and looking forward, and you're feeling it all come in. You're feeling the energy of it all come in. And it's interesting because I was just remarking to a friend, because I'm in the process of a move. I'm in a transition area myself. I'm in a temporary home, and I have no idea where I'm going next. I have no idea where I'm going to live next. In the next 6 months to a year, I have no idea, but there's a sense of excitement, and it feels so good. It feels like it's going to be a leveling up, not a leveling down. It feels like there is a chance for a new beginning. It feels like a reset. It feels like a rebirth, just on a different level. It feels like so much has changed, but those changes were necessary in order for my life to align to the new version and energy of myself. And that's exactly what this feels like. It feels like you had been planting those seeds, maybe subconsciously, but through the whatever it was that you were experiencing on this journey previously, you were kind of redefining what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want. And through that, you have been realigning your future, recreating your future. And so now you have that clarity, and you're moving forward with it, and you are on your path. Okay, so, I don't think I pulled a card for the union energies. Okay, so let's further clarify, how is the Divine Masculine feeling for the Divine Feminine? We have the Knight of Pentacles, which I love about this is it's movement. The Knights are always movement. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is usually the slowest moving energy in the deck. Pentacles is earth energy, so it can be a little bit slow moving, but I'm not feeling that here. What I'm feeling from the Knight of Pentacles is a very grounded energy. It's very stable, it's very supportive, it's very nurturing as well. It's very connected, and that's been the theme for this Divine Masculine in this reading. Is connected to yourself, connected to the earth, connected to God, connected to your counterpart. It's a very connected energy, a very grounded energy. I do feel like there's a little bit of a guard that is up with this Knight of Pentacles. It does feel like the Divine Masculine is his heart, the guard's coming down when it comes to his feminine. But there is still a little bit of a guard that's up, and I feel like it's because he does not quite know where you stand. Again, he wants that new beginning because he's feeling that new beginning within himself, and he's feeling that feminine energy. He's feeling your feminine energy, Divine Feminines. He's feeling this connection, but I feel like he doesn't quite know where you stand now. Possibly even because this separation is different than any that has been experienced before. Again, there's no resentment here, or there's very little resentment, or you're working through the resentment, but it's not, there might be heartbreak and pain associated with this separation, but you still feel connected. And through that still feeling connected, you're able to surrender to the separation more. It still has this union energy to it. It still has this unifying energy to it. So there might still be a heartbreak and grief that you're moving through, but you're able to move through it very quickly, Divine Feminines. Very quickly to come back to this place of, again, that faith energy, that surrender energy. There's a knowing that this is for a purpose. And I want to encourage you guys to check out my recent channelings again, especially the Sacred Convergence reading over on Susan Dawn Ascension Connections, or the previous Sacred Union energy updates, because we go into the separation energy and what the purpose is in depth. But I feel like these Divine Masculines, they're feeling your detachment. Maybe you have been lacking communication with them. You haven't been putting in the effort with them because you're called not to. You're called to really focus on yourself. And that has them a little bit on their guard. Like, wait a minute. Before, my Divine Feminine would be reaching out to me or checking in on me or wanting to make sure that everything's okay, or that, they know that I know that she still loves me. What's going on here? So they're in a little bit of a guarded energy, but that is actually helping them to open up to their connection to themselves and to you. That is actually helping them to surrender more to themselves and to follow their own intuition and to dive deeper into themselves. So this is This is a very positive energy for the divine masculines. This is actually asking them to take action and move forward in a very grounded and stable way that was not there before. Over here, we have the devil energy, which is what came out in the previous mini reading in the union spot. So this devil energy is really interesting. I feel like you still have a lot of passion for your divine masculines, and I feel like this eclipse might actually be bringing up, if you had been especially detached, like I don't care what he's doing, etc., it might be bringing up some more nostalgia energy for you and your connection. Because I'm just looking at the fire in the heart here. This is, by the way, this is my own deck that I created. It's Tarot in Translation, my original tarot deck. It is available in my Etsy shop for purchase. So I do feel like the fire in the heart is really, you've released the toxicity, you've released the attachment, you've released the obsession, but the fire still burns within the heart space. That's what this energy feels like. It doesn't quite feel like devil energy in like a negative sense. It feels like nostalgic, and it feels like this burning, the fire within the heart. The fire, the flame still burns, the flame is still there. And then in the union energies, it's interesting because this is also repeating several messages that we have been receiving over the last several days, which is the Ace of Cups, the Moon, and the High Priestess. Both of you being called to go within your heart space and trust your intuition. The physical is the illusion, and the physical can be very strong, or the illusion can be very strong, because the physical might look like it is all kinds of effed up. It might look like it is all kinds of bananas. But that is the illusion. So you're being called to really go within your intuition, go within the heart space, and feel into the love of your connection. Not everything has been revealed just yet with the moon here. Things are starting to come to the surface. Things are starting to be revealed, but nothing is written in stone yet. Not everything has been revealed when it comes to this connection and the love that you share within each other. So that's why it's more important than ever now to pull back from the illusion of the physical world and what may or may not be happening in your physical experience, and to trust in the heart and what you feel within your own intuition, the higher wisdom that you're receiving. It's more important now than ever to do that. Okay, and then we got some guidance for the divine masculine. How are they feeling towards their feminines as well? We have this is my Journey of the Heart deck. We have the King of Swords, which is interesting because over here we have, hold on, where did that come from? I thought I only pulled one. Okay, so over here we have the Queen of Cups. So you have the counterparts. And what I love about this is you have the King of Swords, who is again came out in the Mina reading as well. So again, coming out, wanting to take the lead, wanting to take action with that Knight of Pentacles, but feeling very clear within themselves, or gaining that clarity, gaining that self-confidence to express themselves. In the past, the King of Swords had been very stoic, very cold, very closed off. But this feels like an opening. This feels like again, with the Pentacles here, grounded energy. It feels like much more stable energy, wanting and willing to take the lead. So we have you're clear-minded and rational when it comes to matters of the heart, but there are times when emotional vulnerability is called for. Allow yourself to be emotionally intimate with your partner. What's beautiful about that is we have your partner as the Queen of Cups here, which is the emotions. And I feel like, again, with that devil energy, you are starting to feel the emotion of this connection again, especially if you were very detached. And that's what that separation energy was for, so that you could really focus on yourself and understand yourself in the context of your own ascension journey without focusing on your counterpart and the role that they were playing for you, so that you could really focus on yourself. But now you have the emotions that are coming back in, but it's in a much more balanced way for yourself as well, because again, you're in your place of the Empress energy. You're in your place of sovereignty, where you really have a handle on your emotions. You're able to observe without attaching to the emotions or creating a story or repeating a story or a cycle around those. It's a beautiful energy of just sovereignty. I don't have another word for it. And I love this, that this is the counterpart. So you have the Queen of Cups. It's time to take a step back from focusing too heavily on your relationship to reconnect with the compassionate, sensitive soul that you are. Your partnership will deepen from your own self-love. And I feel like that's what you have been doing. And I feel like it's also an energy of step back from your emotions. Again, become the observer. It's almost like you guys are balancing each other out. So the King of Swords is being asked to really step into their heart space, and they are really stepping into their emotions and learning how to allow themselves to be vulnerable and intimate with their emotions, and thus vulnerable and intimate with your partner. And Divine Feminines, you're being asked to feel your emotions, but observe them and don't attach to them. So there's a real beautiful balancing out that's happening here. Can you guys see that? It's really remarkable. And then I thought we had only pulled one card, but somehow the Six of Wands came out as well for the unifying energies. We have the Death card. From decay comes new growth. One cycle within your connection has reached its natural conclusion. Again, new beginnings over here. The end of a tough cycle approaches over here. Heavy, heavy mirroring that is going on. Once again, confirmation that separation is an illusion, that you are never separate from your counterpart, and that union energy is here. Even if you are in physical lack right now, lacking communication, lacking physical partnership, or lacking seeing each other, even if it feels like a sense of detachment, you are always in union, you are always working together, and you are always connected. Now allow your union to transform. And then the Six of Wands, you and your partner have overcome challenges to reach a level of success within your partnership. Enjoy this victory with recognition and appreciation of each other. This feels like the new cycle that you guys are entering into. And I feel like you will start to see this over the next several weeks and or months, but it really feels like over the next several weeks into the new year. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands here. Your journey is still unfolding. You or your person are manifesting and planning for your future together. Don't give up on this love just yet. Now, with that, allow yourself, don't focus on your person, what they are or aren't doing, what they are or aren't feeling, what they are or aren't thinking. Allow yourself to be in your energy of creation for yourself, for your journey. Focus on your own healing. Focus on your own energy. Focus on your own life. Be in your place of self-empowerment and sovereignty, and a place of faith and knowing, and just allowing this to unfold. Release that resistance, and the resistance is trying to control, and when you focus too much on the other person, that's when you're trying to control. Allow yourself to release that. That is what is going to help your connection converge and come into being. All right, final messages from these partners. From Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine, we have, I want to take a chance on us. Again, we said that in the beginning, wanting that new beginning, really wanting that with you for themselves. They want to be, it feels like they want to be a better person. They want to be who you've always seen in them and who they are now beginning to see in themselves. And Divine Feminines to the Divine Masculine, I'll always believe in you and me. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's mini reading. Just a reminder that I will be doing some mini readings like this over the course of the next few weeks as I am preparing to move. So make sure that you stay tuned and bear with me. I appreciate your patience as things are a little bit in flux. If you'd like to book a reading with me, I am still open to bookings. I am now booking into the first week of December. So make sure that you guys are getting your bookings in early if you want the turnaround time. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and we'll see you soon. Bye.